What's up, Raging578 here, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes. Last when we left off, basically went to a cold party, found out there's a murder, and now we have 3 suspects. And this guy seems to be the most likely, but of course we won't rule anyone out just yet. You know, we need more clues. So, question will be now. Exactly where should we?
Good night. Your ticket, please,
Oh,
if you
thank
want me
God.
to help you.
Okay, after like 5 minutes, they started what I'm supposed to do. Obviously, go into the evidence locker because I have the evidence ticket to look at the evidence. Whew. Alright. I imagine I'm just gonna.
Don't you understand what a ticket is?
Well, fucker, I thought that was. Oh wait, that's just a report. There we go.
I'd like to check the evidence from this case.
And who are you?
Oswald sent me. I'm a consulting detective.
His partner, then? Let me see. Ah, a ritual murder. What a bunch of degenerates. Wait a second. I'll bring it to the table.
Alright, let's go left to right. Ooh.
An emergency kit for boredom.
Oh. Oh. I'm just gonna leave it there. Alright. Letter from Fabio. The letter that was found in Vogel's evidence box. Is your mind unsound? You can't control your bitterness. Not around me anyways. For me, it's too great a risk to ignore that kind of behavior. I can speak, and play with anyone I choose. I'm not another Batista. You pay me, but you haven't bought me. Of course, I'll keep all your generous donation. Even though they hardly compensate for your last terrible outburst, I'm leaving you. Although Batista will still be around. Fabio.
Not the time for privacy.
Okay. And that came from Werner Vogel's book box thing. Very interesting.
Werner's personal sketchbook. It's a miracle this ruby hasn't tempted anyone.
Damn it.
All the keys of the mansion on one golden ring. A heavily perfumed handkerchief with the initials KM in the corner.
Alright, so that's from no, that's from Mancho's box. This is Batista's.
That's not for bedtime reading. This ex libris belongs to Manchios Library.
The Power of Love, Blood and Mandrake. The police found this occult book in Batista's bag during the arrest. According to the ex libris, the tome was taken from Mr. Manchios' collection. It contains illustrations and descriptions of a ritual similar to the crime scene. Prepare the naked body on the recently deceased object of interest. Draw symbols of Mars and Venus to enhance the power you possess. To use the force of male and female nature, pierce his heart with a golden dagger to be rid of the blood that does not love you. Draw a symbol representing your love. While waiting for the resurrection, recite the charm.
The book describes a ritual similar to the one performed in the altar room.
Fuck me.
Her key to the altar room. A handcrafted charm that contains hair and nail clippings. Thank you, officer.
I'll say this again. Fuck me. Okay? Alright, before we go to the Mind Palace, I'm gonna go ahead and say what my conclusions are so far. First of all, number 1, the butler dude. I forgot his name. At first I thought it would make sense for him to be that, because he doesn't get much attention, or that much money, guy, whatever, from his uncle. And all his uncle's attention is Fabio, which would create a motive to kill Fabio. He also does have a key to the altar room that we found Fabio, and he didn't mention it to the police. It's pretty sus, but going through Matista. Oh, look, Sherlock's thinking about it too. He's like, yeah, you got a good point, Jackson. Anyway, and then thinking about it too, Matista, I think that's the female's name. I just don't know the motive behind killing Fabio if they grew up and they were even branded, together. Like they grew up as slaves together. So I know, I'm feeling complex too, Sherlock. But hear me out. But she has a book that explains. It's hardcore evidence of explaining how to kill people. Plus, the book illustrates saying that to draw the fucking vigil of Venus and Mars on the wall in blood, which is what we found in the crime room, whatever. And it makes a lot of sense because she's very into the mysticism. So it seemed like it would be ritual murder. It's just described the same way as that. Then again, the butler did have blood on his shoes. So, right? Am I right, Sherlock? Yeah. He remembers that too. I feel like I'm talking to Sherlock. Anyways, and then of course you got the main dude, Manchios. But I gotta be honest, I don't see him being a murderer. It's just like it just seems too easy. Number one, and secondly, like he quote unquote loved Fabio for his looks and his beauties, the way he was trying to get on Sherlock for his, good looks. I guess. I mean, I don't know, man. This is, whew. All right, let's go to the Mind Palace. Let's figure out what we got together. Power of love. Nothing. Yep. Nothing. Alright, here we go, we got something up. The letter may have been for Manchios. According to Santo Pinchetti, and by the content of the letter, it may have been addressed to Kurt Manchios. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can combine anything here. No, I don't think so. No. Alright. Let's go back to the case book. Power of love. The police found the occult book in Batista's bag during the arrest. Okay. So Batista was there. Do it all. So I probably should ask her about it. Batista is a former slave, has passed history together with Fabio, and she has a strange occult charm in her possession. I don't remember. Wait, what did we find here? Was it a piece of nail and hair? I don't remember. I don't recall like when we were examining the body, seeing a missing piece of hair or a nail. And this is just a letter from Fabio addressed to possibly Manchios. So we'll go ahead and get talk. Damn, dude, this is I think this is gonna become another case where it's like there's no wrong answer. It's just what do you think? And you know what? Hats off to this game for being that way, because if there's anything that LA Noire, did, which I guess I can't really say it was wrong, it was just that this game does better, is that LA Noire, you'll know at the end if you made the right choice, where in this game, you don't know. You don't know. Alright.
This book, The Power of Love, Blood and Mandrake, what do you hope to achieve?
To learn more about the invisible strengths that govern us. Occultism is real. The master who fell that night when Fabio and I escaped, I made him fall. I cast a spell on him and it worked.
Or was it a coincidence?
The universe is rarely so lazy.
If you say so.
Batista claims she used occultism for various purposes. She used some white magic on Fabio.
Could Fabio have written this letter to Kurt Manchios?
Oh. That could be. I never thought Mr. Manchios could make Fabio that angry, though.
What do you mean?
Well, Fabio wanted to disassociate from Mr. Manchios. Clients who are in love are both a blessing and a curse.
But Fabio was here tonight.
Money. In our line of work, we can't afford to turn down clients who pay as well as Kurt Manchios.
Was Fabio afraid of Mr. Manchios?
Not at all. The old toad wouldn't dare to do more than sweet talk and touching. Talk can be forgotten, and touching washed away.
Do you practice occult rituals?
For protection? For fortune? To wash away the ugliness of the world? Sometimes to survive. I have the gift, and I'm learning to use it better.
Did you use your gift on Fabio?
I only used white magic. Love charms lately. Fabio became so distant. I just wanted him to be with me, but I suppose I'm not as skilled as I thought.
I just don't see what she'd gain out of killing Fabio. I don't. Alright, let's check the Mind Palace. The Mestista trusted in the cult over Fabio. Very interesting. Alright. Mestista may have used a ritual on Fabio. Mestista may have performed the ritual on Fabio to bring his love back. Well, I don't think it would involve stabbing him in the heart, so... Alright, do we have anything else? Yes, we do. Fabio broke Kurt Manchios' heart. Fabio shattered Kurt Manchios' feelings. Oh, what a little baby. Alright, let's just see if we can get anything else from this. Nah. Alright. Let's, I guess we're gonna go talk to... Oh, you know what? Vogel has a letter. We can, talk to him, see if we can get anything more. She says, the cult book in her possession description of the ritual is similar to the crime scene. She mentions to use a white magic to bring back Fabio.
I have reason to believe that the intended recipient of the incriminating letter may have been Kurt Manchios.
Well, that makes sense. Too bad I can't remember how I came to possess it. Though I did spend quite some time with Mr. Manchios during the party.
Unfortunately, even with an answer, that may still not be enough to clear you with the police. But fear not. I will persevere.
I hope your attempt to put things straight will make up for...
You being on a bender?
Touché.
Alright, let's see if we can get anything out of this guy.
Please let me out.
Alright, nope.
There is undeniable evidence that you were the original recipient of this letter.
What are you talking about? Is it addressed to me?
Your protégé wanted a fresh start, it seems. This is sufficient to charge you.
Me? Hurt my star? Are you insane that you would accuse me of such a thing?
He did not consider himself as yours. Since you deny everything, let's move on. Do you have any idea as to how the letter could have ended up in Mr. Vogel's pocket?
You were the detective. Perhaps he took it from Fabio. Werner was a little high.
He may have been recipient of an angry letter from Fabio.
Do you recognize this book? Could Matista have borrowed it from your library?
She didn't ask me. How ungrateful.
The things described in the book were inspiration for the rituals you performed?
Do you really believe that blood, symbols, and incantations can resurrect the dead? They are just eerie tales with a mix of occultism and voodoo. My rituals are a stage to show some of the forbidden pleasures.
Alright. Either Vogel or Manchios is lying. Vogel took the letter under influence. Werner Vogel took the letter himself whilst under the effect of various substances. Manchios planted the letter. Kurt Manchios slipped the letter into Werner Vogel's pocket to make him look like a suspect. Alright. Let's see if we can get anything out of this. Whoa. Oh shit, this is where we can, okay. Kurt Manchios is the murderer. For the years Fabio played with Kurt Manchios' heart and abused his interest in the young performer. When Manchios received yet another rejection, he murdered Fabio and staged a love ritual to avoid suspicion. Crime of passion. Kurt Manchios was heartbroken and panicked, and did not mean to kill Fabio. The improvised ritual was a desperate attempt to cover up the crime. A prison sentence should be enough, for his harsher punishment is death of his love, or a sexual predator. Kurt Manchios killed Fabio in cold blood. He staged the crime as a ritual to blame Batista. He planted the letter in Vogel's pocket to avoid suspicion. Manchios has no consideration for the life of others and deserves to be hanged. Fucking hell. Alright, let's see what the other thing would say. Nothing? There we go. Batista is the murderer. Batista was afraid of Fabio growing popularity and ambition. She wanted to keep him with her for as long as possible. In the last-ditch effort, Batista conducted a love ritual during which she killed Fabio. A crushed soul. Batista is the product of a tormented life. She knows no difference between good and evil. She wanted her love, Fabio, to stay with her always. Batista deserves help. She needs to be treated and has a chance to get over her past in an asylum. An occult murderer. Batista uses occultism as a way to avenge her miserable life. She stabbed Fabio to keep him close to her. She should be held accountable for her deeds. Any judge would give her a death sentence without hesitation. I understand that. She wanted her love, Fabio, to stay with her always. She deserves help. I mean, fucking hell, dude. This is a solid kick in the nuts. I'm not as... Oh, ooh. Alright, we got one more. Santos Pinchetti is the murderer. Pinchetti has worked for his uncle for years in the deep hope of obtaining his heritage. Manchio's hostility and humiliation pushed Pinchetti to kill Fabio and frame his uncle. Manchio's imprisonment would make Pinchetti the only lawful heir. Correct the injustice. The only way for Santos Pinchetti to right his wrong is to be rid of his monstrous uncle. Pinchetti should be punished for the crime of murder, but he has suffered enough to deserve a fresh start after a prison sentence. This was cold revenge. Santos Pinchetti snapped. After years of disrespect, Pinchetti devised a plan to be rid of his uncle. However, misery and despair cannot justify murder. Pinchetti is dangerous, and a news-rounded death is all he deserves. Fuck. Alright. All clues found for the current case. So... Alright. So, as I've mentioned before, this is another case where there is no right or wrong. It's just who you believe is right.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Pinchetti. We'll continue later.
So alright, so I'm gonna think about this, alright? What would be the motive and what would they have to gain for the murder of Fabio? Pinchetti. He was raised by his uncle, he wants his inheritance, but he was mistreated. Yada yada. If he killed Fabio, perhaps he can... Perhaps if Fabio was out of the picture, his uncle would focus on him more, and he would get his hair. I mean, maybe. Not so sure just yet. Batista. Probably afraid that Fabio would leave her for Manchios. But didn't she mention... I don't know, man. And then possibly if she were to kill Fabio and collect his hair and nails, then perhaps it would keep Fabio's spirit close to her. But that's too crazy, man. But she has killed before, right? She killed her master when she was a slave. So I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem too. It doesn't seem too straight to me, you know. I mean, I don't know too much about this occult and shit like that, but yeah. Manchios, perhaps it was out of rage. He hated. What his motivation that he felt like he was doing wrong. Sorry, by the way, my controller is fucked. So yep, it's literally just yep. All right. Anyway, so what the hell is my controller doing? Just okay. What is he gaining out of killing Fabio? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me. I don't think he has anything to gain to kill Fabio because he has pretty much almost anything he could ask for, right? He got money, he got power. So, honest to God, I'm honestly putting my money on. I'm putting my money on Pinchetti here. I mean, the motive and the quote-unquote
air is
reward
rather refreshing.
sounds like it makes the most sense to me. I wouldn't want to kill him though. So I think Pinchetti should be punished for the crimes of murder, but he has suffered enough and deserves a fresh start. So if he goes to a prison sentence, that's fine with me, personally. So the only way for Santo Pinchetti to right his wrong is to be rid of his monstrous uncle. Was to be rid of his monstrous uncle. Yeah. Like I said, man, that's to me that makes the most sense. That's like, again, you gotta remember what would be the motivation to kill, and what would be the aftermath of the rewards, you know. And if Santos Pinchetti reward was to get rid of his uncle, where would the money go? It would have to go to Santos because he would be the next heir, cause their family. So. And he would do that. He's been mistreated by his uncle, which sucks. People, don't mistreat your kids or your family member. That sucks. But in this case, to me, that makes the most sense.
That some of my friends visit the place.
I know who killed Fabio.
So I'm free to go, sir?
Quite the opposite. I think it was you, Mr. Pinchetti.
That is not possible.
Allow me to explain.
Blood on your
The
shoe,
blood on
number
your
one to
shoe
me.
tells me that you were with Fabio. You stabbed him with the dagger while he was still alive. You drew a sigil on him. There was a great deal of blood. You needed to remove it. Blood is almost like glue. It sticks to everything, dries quickly, and is quite visible. But you know how to handle stains. You are Kurt Manchios's major domo. However, despite your best efforts, you missed a spot.
It doesn't make sense, sir. I was never there. I am convinced there's a reasonable explanation.
You wanted to be rid of your dear uncle. I myself barely know him and already find him intolerable. You've worked for him for years. Santos, do this. Santos, do that. He doesn't pay you. He doesn't recognize your work. He doesn't see you as family. But you thought that heritage might be yours. Instead, all you'll ever receive is mustache wax. It is painful to witness such a situation. I cannot imagine how it must be for you. So, you decided to frame your uncle. Put the blame for Fabio's murder on him. That way, the heritage is yours, and you are free.
Half of what you say is true. I'm in pain. I have had a hard time with my uncle, but I'm not a murderer. I can't even stand up to my uncle. How could I have killed Fabio? He did nothing to me.
He was a source of your troubles too, though. Especially since Mr. Manchios treated him like
a king. I don't know why the hell this thing's skipping the last sentences, but there you go.
You staged this decadent ritual so you would not be suspected. After a short fight, you knocked Fabio unconscious. You locked the door and dragged the body to the altar. You wanted to set up someone acquainted with this masquerade.
I don't have the nerve to kill or stage a murder. I can't even leave my uncle's house.
But you did, though.
Your uncle is a cruel man. He used everyone around him to his advantage. I don't believe he even truly loved Fabio. You knew very little love, support, or care from him. You lost your mind, Santos. And innocent people were hurt. I can't allow you to go free, but I can try to help you. I can provide my findings to the police. Decadence and perversity might poison anyone around.
I don't know what to say. I can't breathe. I need to go outside.
Unfortunately, you can't.
I want to do one thing real quick, if there is a chance.
I wish everything were different.
Okay, I was gonna say we could accuse him too, because also gotta remember that there were bar of soap under his fingernails. This guy's here, fingernail. And at the crime scene, you can see that it was washed up. But then look at, but he's wearing another coat outfit though. And if I remember, let's see. Informed constable of my findings. He probably has something to share with me as well. Well, there you go. I mean, that's it. There we go. Decision made. Crime solved? I don't know.
Constable, Santos Pinchetti killed Fabio. The evidence is clear.
Is that so? Huh. A man like him has actually grown a pair.
He intended to set up his uncle for the inheritance. The old man had humiliated him for years in every possible way.
Oh, what a bunch of degenerates.
Well, as for Mr. Pinchetti, the evidence tells us that he was wronged and pushed to commit a crime to be rid of his uncle. I suggest that you help in easing his sentence.
That's a sad story, all right. But at least it's good enough for my promotion. As for my part, not everything was in place. Perhaps some documents were transferred somewhere else, but I couldn't find a trace of them. Then I remembered. The discarded document drawers where we put the lost papers or the badly labelled ones. Including the crime scene report of Violet Holmes's case. Everything I've found is on the desk here. Take it.
Your persistence has saved me.
Yeah, well, we had a deal after all. Your friend is free then. You can leave.
Good luck, Constable.
Alright. Report number 743. Officers arrived to find the deceased identified as Mrs. Violet Holmes, lying in the garden of Stonewood Manor. Visual inspection showed the victim to be thoroughly soaked, with a deep vertical incision 2 inches in length. Down her throat, her face was swollen and covered in red blotches. Likely cause of death, hypoxia. Awaiting confirmation from medical examiner. Main suspect, Otto Reicher, was arrested on the scene. The body was sent for autopsy.
Garden. There's a garden behind our manor. How could I forget? That's where it all happened, where it all went wrong.
Sherry, it looks like you've almost found...
Oh, you did it, Sherlock! The case is closed and all rewards belong to the winner. Bravo!
It is merely the triumph of the truth.
Is it? No compromises? No lies? You're happy with your decisions?
Whatever the truth, it had to be revealed. The victim deserved it.
Well, you seem confident in the value of your actions. I guess since I'm free, you were heard after all. By the way, did you get that precious information about your mother? Oh, not that you must.
Yes, I did.
Forgive my intrusion in such a personal matter. I simply worry I'm failing to be of much help to you.
Actually, you were. For some reason, all the archives on the case had disappeared. This was a rare opportunity to obtain the impossible.
Outrageous. Perhaps someone found the truth unpleasant. Society usually rejects those who speak with too much honesty, doesn't it?
A comfortable lie is often preferred to an uncomfortable truth. Still, I believe that the latter should prevail, and I cannot remain silent.
That's quixotism at its best. Your mere truth cannot defeat institutions, systems, and power. Etiquette, religion, marriage, they're all lies told to preserve connections, love, and sanity. And it's all corruptible.
Lies destroy human dignity. How could you make a free decision without any knowledge of the truth?
Are we really free to decide anything in this world, Sherlock?
I get enough obnoxious pontification from my brother, so please, spare me your lecture.
Forgive my love for moral philosophy. I know I tend to ramble. You're a walking contradiction, Sherlock. You refuse to lie to others, but constantly lie to yourself. How long until the train comes off the track? I cannot look away, but perhaps I should take a few steps back. You're an accident waiting to happen, dear. Until then, I shall bid you adieu.
Wow. Wow. An accident waiting to happen. Well, I guess we're gonna have to see if that comes to anything next week. So I have no clue what this guy would be. But anyways, there we go. That was our main mission done. So next week we might go and do some more side missions. Do we have any more side missions actually? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, oh shit, we have, oh man, that seems like a lot. Oh, but it seems like a Mycroft mission, so we'll go ahead and do that. So, alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, roll with that. Also today, we got another DVD montage coming out, so check it out if you want to. If you don't want to, okay. Anyways, and then this weekend should be some more Skyrim. This Skyrim video tomorrow is going to be a little weird because I have to do some edits in order to, basically I was doing the hangover mission, halfway through the game crashed and I lost all of that recording, so I got to do it again. But I'm just bumming through it because I can't use this because I don't have a save for when I accepted that mission and before I did it and all that shit. So anyways, that's that. Yeah, I mean, there we go. That's the plan for the next week. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and peace out. You want to look at the camera and say bye, Sherlock? Is this dumb controller allows you?